Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Good evening to each and every single one of you. Man City host Liverpool this evening. Team news is in. It's the night of the Guard of Honor, and I can tell you right now, I would never want to be a City fan, player, anything to do with the club. But I'm very, very much glad that I'm not this evening. Having to give a Guard of Honor to the team that have toppled you must feel absolutely sickening. It must feel absolutely sickening. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. They must feel as sick as a dog having to even think about doing it. But Liverpool have earned that right. Liverpool deserve to be given that respect this evening. You know, it's happened to teams before. Remember Arsenal having to do it to Manchester United as an example. So they're going to have to suck it up this evening. But there is stuff riding on this game. There is stuff riding on this game. And I've said this a few times to people this week. Liverpool want to break City's points record. You know, I know in our little community here at the Football Terrace, we've created the metrics now for the greatest ever Premier League teams. There's points. There's points at play here. There's points to be earned by the Liverpool players if they're able to go out there and make sure and come out on top in relation to tonight's affair. They can get us an extra 20 points in the greatest team conundrum. So there's loads to be played for tonight in relation to that. So I don't think we're going to see a kind of a game where people aren't giving their all. I think that there's some pride to be restored by Man City. And as a Man United fan, I don't want Liverpool to get 100 points. I need them to drop 8 points between now and the end of the season. And tonight, 3 of those points being dropped can be done, can be made up. So we're going to see what happens. Of course, there's a long, long way to go this evening. And, you know, Liverpool can go out there and play and just be relaxed and take their time and take it easy to an extent. However, I mean this when I say it, they have to be careful because a relaxed Liverpool are dangerous anyway, but I think they're even more dangerous at this point. But for me, I want City to win. For me, you know, I don't want Liverpool breaking that points record. I don't want Liverpool getting over 100 points. I just don't want it. Be honest with you, I just don't want it. So I'm hoping a bit of complacency seeps in. I'm hoping they get beat tonight. There's no doubt about it. But we will cover the game. We'll call the game as fairly as we possibly can. The Skype lines are open if you want to come on and talk about City. If you want to come on and talk about Liverpool, good opportunity for Liverpool fans to come and have their say. Although you've had a great, you know, a lot of chat recently in relation to, you know, what you've done, what you've achieved, get that done. We also have a competition for you as well. Hello to everybody that's watching over on Hot Mic. Thank you to Samuel and John, Fairs, Kennedy, that are all over there. If you sign up to Hot Mic tonight and use our promo code TFT, you can see that in the bottom corner. Someone is going to win a month of free Sky Sports that we're going to pay for here at the Football Terrace and enable you to watch that. And a couple of you, I've even upped it from earlier today, are going to win day passes. All you need to make sure you do right now is subscribe to us on Hot Mic. Download it for free. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no advertising. Do that, and you may win. You may win 1 month's worth of Sky Sports football for free. And you can pick whether you want that for the end of this season or the start of next season, wherever suits you personally. We'll get that done for you. But we will pay for that for you as the Football Terrace. So make sure you go and get that done. Comment here from LFC892. Oh, they're arguing with each other. I thought it was going to be one for me. Laurie Nick says, "Where's Elite Opinions?" Elite Opinions ain't going to come on now. Spurs. I mean, I do feel a bit sorry for Spurs this evening. I do feel a bit sorry for him. That disallowed goal was a madness. And yes, it did hit his arm. But the rule, it's not VAR, it's not the officials. That rule is crazy. The reason the rule's crazy as well, it's not fair. Because if the defender accidentally handballs it, it's no penalty. It's only if they accidentally handball it in the lead up to a goal. So it's either a case of you've got to scrap it, or you've got to penalise both sides of the equation for accidental handballs. At least then it's fair. At least then there will be a case of you win some, you lose some in the course of a game. But Spurs are still looking for this goal here. Spurs, I'm not even talking salty here. have Spurs actually won a game? Have they won a game since football returned yet? No, I know they definitely have. They beat West Ham. They beat West Ham. I just sort of feel like, I don't know, with Tottenham, it just feels like they're just so out of the equation now. It's unbelievable. For 4 or 5 years, we've really got used to it. But yeah, they beat West Ham. They drew with Man United. Yeah, so they haven't actually played many since returning, to be fair, because they're out of the FA Cup as well. So, but this could be, and again, they've only played 3. Oh, it's 2-0. It's 2-0. Oh, Tottenham losing 2-0. Oh, baby. Tottenham sinking. Jose Maria. They're done, man. Spurs are finished. I'm looking at this goal here. It can't be offside because he's behind the play. It's so easy. Oh, my word. Yeah, that's it. Top depth. Tottenham are done. Finished. Over. Kaput. Never to return again. And I even mean that when I'm not even trying to sound sorry. Like they're done for life now. They're done for life now, Tottenham. It's going to be 15 years before they're back up near the top. That's two. It's one win in their return for them. It's just awful. If you look at their run of form, it's a madness, right? If you look, they had a good little run in February where they won 3 games on the bounce, including an FA Cup game. And then they lost 4 on the bounce. They drew to Burnley. They lost to Leipzig. And then that's it. So in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is their 9th game. They've got 1 win in 9 games, Tottenham. And they want to chat. They think that, honestly, they were sitting at the top 4 table for a while. They've been dashed. And I don't know what Jose can do to turn it around. It looks finished to me. Terry, predictions for Liverpool City. I want City to win, but I do have a sense that Liverpool are going to do it. And I think Liverpool are going to do it in a way. I can't look beyond Liverpool, really, on a real sense. I don't want them to, but I can't look beyond Liverpool because I think Liverpool go into this game relaxed. City are going to go into this game trying to prove a point. City are going to go into this game trying to show you, you might have slapped us in the league this year, but we'll be back. So they're going to play with I think there'll be a bit of angst. I think there'll be a bit of they're going to telegraph their moves. It's going to remind me a little bit of when Tony Bellew fought David Hay, especially in the second fight. All David Hay was trying to do was spark the man out instead of just boxing his game. And that's what City are going to do. They're going to try and spark Liverpool. Liverpool are going to be relaxed. They're going to not feel any pressure. And they're just going to tap away until they get their openings. And then bang, bang, bang. I actually see a 3-0 victory to Liverpool tonight. I see a 3-0 victory to Liverpool. Comfortable. I really do. Do I think Pep is finished in the Premier League? I still have a little underlying feeling he might leave this summer. I really do. Comment here says North London equals mid-table. It's true. I love how, it's mad. It's crazy how this season has gone, really. Because at the start of the year, Tottenham were favourites to do it. The 3rd or 4th most valuable squad in the world. I looked at them and said they had to be title challengers this season. You get to a Champions League final, regular serial top 4 winners. They spent big money this summer as well. They're the most underperforming team in the Premier League this year, no doubt. Arsenal started okay, died out, finished. Why am I bald? Because I rubbed it off on your mum's headboard, bruv. Arsenal fans can't talk Sheffield United are above them. True. Sheffield United have been a better team this season than Arsenal. That's a fact. To be honest, I wouldn't. I wouldn't if we lost because we already got the league. So some players may subconsciously not try as hard. No, I get that, but then I'm not Jurgen Klopp. But what I think Jurgen Klopp needs to do is make sure that the team finishes the season well. I think you've got to finish the season well, and then the hunger's got to come back as soon as first training session back. Hunger's got to be there. It's one of the hardest things to do is retain a league title. It's such an uncommon occurrence go over the last 30 years and look at how many teams have done it. Man United have done it on a couple of occasions. Chelsea did it once. City did it once. It really isn't a regular thing for a team to do it. And, you know, Liverpool had strong teams in the 70s and 80s. I'm sure without checking, did it. But just look at English football history. You know, if you go through it and see how many teams retained, I guarantee you these things don't happen very regularly at all. So I think it's important for Liverpool to end the season well, end the season strong, have an amazing break in summer, and then come back and try and be revitalized. Because the most embarrassing thing for Liverpool will be to win the league this way and then not have a great defense of it next year. You know, like City, they can kind of get away with this year's league defense because they won 2 on the bounce. But if Liverpool next season finish 20 plus points away from whoever does win the league, it's an embarrassing title defense. And we have seen that a lot in the last decade. A lot of teams have won leagues in the following season been poor. And really good teams have done that. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to no, it definitely won't happen. But listen, no one can predict the future. 18 months ago, no, a year ago, not one person in the world would have predicted City finishing this far behind Liverpool. So that in itself proves to us that those kind of predictions they're not worth the oxygen that they waste. Being said, Andrew here says Liverpool won the league and Champions League back-to-back in 85, I think. Yeah. And look, as I said, these things have happened. But if you went through 130 years of English top-flight league football, let's just do it now live. We'll do it now live on the air. And this isn't salt. Again, this is me just saying it's rare because it's bloody hard to do. Let's do English football champions. Because I need to get this list of. There'll be something. Wikipedia are normally good for this. I have a list of it here. Let's stick it up on the screen. Let's stick it up on the screen here. I'm gonna stick it on now so you all can see. Bear with me for a minute. I'm actually literally going to post it on the screen and then draw it out and make it bigger. There we go. Let's do that. Let's lock it so I can use it properly. So let's have a little bit of a look at this now. So this shows you here. So this is early years here, like Sunderland and Villa. Look, so Sunderland and Villa won a lot of leagues at the beginning, okay, which makes sense. Early days, right? But we're talking in the 1800s here. You know, they start going into football and it become more perfect. Look here, like Liverpool, Sunderland, Sheffield Wednesday did it, and then Newcastle, Liverpool, Newcastle United, Newcastle. See, look at this. Look at this section here. So from where Wednesday doing it in 1904. When was the next time a team after that won it back to back? 20 years late, nearly 20 years later, then Liverpool did it back-to-back in the 20s. Then Huddersfield did it 3 times on the bounce in the 20s. Right? Let's keep going here. So Huddersfield doing it back-to-back. And then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years later, you have Arsenal do it. And they went 3 times on the bounce. So after Arsenal did it in the 30s, and the next time a team did it. Then look at that. From 1935... nobody wins it back to back, and of course the World War got in the middle of it. But nobody then won it back to back until Man United did in the 50s with the Busby Babes, and then after then Wolves did it, which is cool. And then let's scroll forward from that point here. After Wolves did it, when's the next team that go back to back champions? So when was Wolves? 1957. Liverpool did it again, nearly 20 years later. As an example, then from 76 and 77, Liverpool then do it again. There you see in 79, 80, which is brilliant. And then they do it again, 82, 83, 3 times on the bounce, 84, which is amazing. So that little period there is great. And then from 1984, does anyone do it again? From 1984, Everton, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leeds. Then it was Man United that did it, again, nearly a decade later. And then Man United didn't do a little bit what Liverpool did there. You see us do it back-to-back, Rovers, back-to-back, Arsenal, 3 times on the bounce, Arsenal, Man United, Arsenal. Chelsea did it back-to-back. We did it 3 times. Chelsea, Man United, and then look at that run there. So as you see, it has been done as an example. But let's go back and count how many times here. So United have done it the first time. 1, Chelsea 2, United 3, United 4. United 4. Sorry, let me go back to start. I want to count this up properly. Right, so City did it. So City had done it. City are number one. We'll go back in reverse order. So City won, and then it was Man United doing it 3 times on the bounce will be 2. Chelsea make it 3. United's treble 3 on the bounce make it 4. United there 5, 6. So it's happened 6 times in 20. It's happened only 6 times in 3 decades, as an example to you. And it's why I like looking at these things. So in the last 3 and a bit decades, actually more than that. So since 1984, so in 36 years, it's only happened on like 4 or 5 occasions. It's rare. It's very rare. And in that time, it's pretty much been one club that has done it the majority of those times. Pretty much the one club has done it the majority of them times. You know what I mean? So it's a rare thing there. You know, it doesn't happen every couple of years, every 2 years, every 3 years. And there's been really only 2 teams, Man United and Liverpool in the last 40, 50 years that have done it predominantly. And then in the early stages, you saw Aston Villa and Sunderland do it quite a bit. But you're talking 130 odd years ago, 140 years ago. So it's rare. And I reckon, I don't know how many we count there. What was that, about 20? 20 times in 130 years. It's not a lot. It really isn't a lot. But so that's why Liverpool need to be on point for me. And I love looking at that kind of history. I mean, as you say. I mean, I don't know how many times teams have won it back to back. It doesn't tell you here. I love looking at these types of things, though. Again, it's hard to focus on that. Actually, it's hard to look at these early years as well because it wasn't professional. There weren't as many teams as an example. I mean, you look here. Teams were winning leagues by scoring 20 goals, right? So how many teams are actually in the league? It's a difficult one. But when you're actually talking about football really pepping up from sort of the 30s onwards, well, if you go after World War II, just go from World War II alone. Portsmouth did it, is first. Then United did it, be 2. Wolves did it 3. I'll keep going here till I see it again. If you guys see it before me, let me know. And then Liverpool did it, made it 4. Liverpool again 5. Liverpool again 6. And then the 5 times. So it's happened 11 times. Think about that. It's happened 11 times since 11 times since 1946. You don't need to be a mathematician to realize how rare that is. And I know I'm really kind of drumming down this point, but it's why Liverpool need to, I think, go out the season well, have a great preseason, and then come back fighting. I want to know your score predictions, though. Tyrone says Sheffield are finding form again. Listen, bruv, I'm glad Sheffield United are finding form again after Man United played them. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.